Home court belongs to the Timberwolves in this one as we bring you a Western Conference matchup here live from the Target Center in Minneapolis. And here it comes, the NBA on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here, and I'm joined by Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg with David Aldridge on our sideline. And as things get ready to roll, let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's on the sideline. David?
Well, guys, we all know how hard Russell Westbrook plays every night. Coach Billy Donovan said he plays with such force and passion. He gets so intense, so competitive, so emotional, but he's doing a good job of bringing himself back together and understanding there's other guys out there depending on him. Kevin?
And that's how Russ has always been, D.A., a high-motor player who leaves it all out on the floor. There is no shortage of athleticism in this one tonight, Clark. Both these teams just incredibly athletic on both ends of the floor.
Yeah, I agree with you there, partner. I mean, they cover so much ground, and they cover it quickly because of the length and speed they have as teams. I mean, excellent length on both sides of the ball in this one, and they play to their strengths, and that's length and athleticism.
And so off the tip, it's Oklahoma City. So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. Westbrook and Robertson are the backcourt pair. Paul George is out there with Anthony, and it's Adams in at the 5 spot. Goes up on the high post. Rebounded by the Timberwolves.
The right thing there to stay that tight on him and really try to keep him out of his comfort zone.
And here are the Thunder now. Anthony kicks to Adams, and it goes down 2 points.
Resplendent release on the floater. When executed correctly, it's a beautiful, effective shot.
Gibson the screen. T kicks to Wiggins. Gibson with the screen on Anthony. Here's Wiggins. Rebound by Anthony.
Well executed, great rhythm. You've got to finish that one.
Agree with you there, partner, because that screen really freed him up nicely, and that's a shot that if you're a pro, you need to make that one.
Now T, after Westbrook's missed 3. T kicks to Towns. Adams, some nice D.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Here's Wiggins. Again, Wiggins missing.
Not looking good for him so far. 4 straight misses to start the game.
In the corner, it's Westbrook. Screen by Adams. Westbrook dishes to Adams. Shot clock at 6. And a clear foul there as he shot the triple. He'll go to the line for 3 free throws.
And, you know, Tom Thibodeau is one of the most respected defensive minds in the game in the NBA. Has a great track record when he was with the Bulls and as an assistant with the Celtics.
3 shots. 3 shots.
He misses the free throw. And defense, something that this Timberwolves team has struggled with prior to the arrival of Coach Tom Thibodeau. At the end of last season, they started to turn things, Clark, in the right direction.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, you figure with Thibodeau, it's just a matter of time before his team becomes one of the better defensive teams in the league because he demands that you play that end of the floor all the time and the right way. Yeah, you know, Kevin, when you play against this Minnesota team, you know they like to play at a slower pace. I mean, they had one of the slowest paces of play in the league last season. Not a team that really wants to put the pedal to the metal.
And he nails the 3rd. And for the Wolves and their slower style of play, Clark, it makes sense when you look at their roster. They have guys who command a lot of attention in half-court sets.
I agree with you, Kevin. I mean, Towns is the big one there. His versatility, he can step out as a big guy and make perimeter shots out to the 3-point line. He can post it. Pretty good passer. Wiggins, terrific in isolations. Outstanding offensive player. This team can score the ball in transition. It's just not something they look for. I think they've got to balance it, though. Half-court action and a little more transition opportunity, and to grow defensively will allow this team to sniff the playoffs. Watching Towns play, you always hope to catch him on a night where he's in attack mode, being aggressive. He's, I think, most dangerous when he's aggressive on offense and attacking the basket. At times, he can settle for the perimeter shot a little much, but he's got so much to offer in his offensive game. I just like watching him play, period.
Now here's Muhammad. And so it looks like the Timberwolves will retain possession here. Just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. And Clark, to the point about Towns settling for outside shots, last season it was something that he self-corrected. After the halfway point of the season, he took less threes and it drastically improved his output.
Well, quite honestly, Kevin, the bulk of his points should come from near the rim, but he does need to take some of those perimeter shots to keep the defense honest and a little off balance. And I think he's really unstoppable, though, when he gets going to the hoop.
Now here's Wiggins following the miss by Russell Westbrook. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Wiggins passes to Towns, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That one's on Anthony.
A guy with the size and skill of Towns, Kevin, really hard to stop without fouling.
And Clark, one thing you have to love about Towns is just how self-aware and humble he is. He's always looking to hone his game, and even when he puts up a big night, he can look at the tape and find something that he's got to improve on.
Yeah, that's admirable. His humility and his selflessness, being aware of what's going on, where he needs to get better, and that's part of why I think he's a leader on this team. He'll own his mistakes, and he also is owning his personal development and improvement, so the future's bright for this guy.
And really, the past few seasons, the Thunder have just been a dominant team on the glass. They do a great job of limiting second chance points, and they get a lot of extra possessions with their own offensive rebounding.
And Towns drops them both. You look over the roster of the Thunder, and it's easy to see why they're such a great rebounding team. 1 through 5 can come up with 10 boards on any given night.
And those rebounding totals usually translate to wins for this team. Very rarely do they lose a game when they're having their way on the glass. The goal at the end of the night is to play the bully in and around that painted area.
Here's George. The shot from the low post is good. George has got his first bucket in this one.
Gotta like whenever PG gets inside. A big, long presence who also has ball skills. Excellent feel for scoring in the paint.
Wiggins with it. George picks him up. Towns the screen. Wiggins against George. Again, Wiggins missing.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter.
Oh, wow.
That's a beautiful jam.
Yes, indeed. And you know what? For me, these dunks show exactly how great an athlete George is. I mean, sometimes you're surprised that the basket doesn't come down with the force he punches it with.
Now here's Gibson. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. In the corner, it's Wiggins. That's good, and so Teague with the assist.
And after missing 4 straight, he finally gets one to go.
And Roberson kicks to Westbrook. And the rejection by Towns.
Great timing on the block there. Towns helps affect winning in a lot of different ways.
Wiggins with it. Now Anthony defending. And the foul on Carmelo Anthony. That'll be his second foul of the game. Teague with the ball. Towns wide open. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Screen by Adams. A 3-ball. Second chance shot. No good. Shot missing. Great D that time from Gibson. Wiggins dishes to Towns. The pass to Wiggins. Gibson setting a pick for Wiggins. Feeds to Gibson. Clock at 4. Minnesota needs to get off a shot here. Teague for 3. That shot missing. And Oklahoma City will go with it the other way. George up top. Covered by Wiggins. And that one's good. George.
So anytime George has room to shoot it, it's usually a high-quality shot. He clearly is one of the most gifted players in the game.
Towns is doubled. And Muhammad has it in the corner. Good, and the assist goes to Towns.
Even double team, he had the vision to see the open man. They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Here's Westbrook. Softly drops in the floater.
And, you know, Westbrook is fearless. Likes getting deep inside and finishing around the rim and plays in attack mode all the time.
And Muhammad kicks to Wiggins. Towns the screen. Off the pick. Thunder with the rebound. Anthony's got 3 rebounds now in this one.
He's not shooting a high percentage right now, and part of the reason could be that his shot quality is poor, and he's just got to be a little smarter about his shots.
Wiggins kicks to T. Pass to Towns. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. And Clark, if you're a player on a cold streak, either in a game or over a couple games, does that tend to stay with you and get in your head?
You know, it's been so long since I played, Kevin. I would like to think that it didn't with me because the games came so fast. You're playing 3, 4, 5 times a week. You don't have time to loiter on a good game or bad game because the next one is on top of you. So I typically was able to get on to the next play within a game and to the next game after the prior game.
And the first one drops.
And you know what's impressive about Towns to me, guys, at this young age? The preparation he puts into each and every game. He's a true pro in that regard.
And so he's able to get 1 of 2. And beyond his ability to shine on the basketball floor, you have to commend Carmelo Anthony's effort, Greg, to get NBA players and other athletes more involved in making the world a better place.
Yeah, I mean, there's still a lot of work to be done, but guys like Melo see what is beyond the world of basketball. He's spoken out as well as done the legwork of being active in his communities, and a lot of charity work for Melo. It's just nice to see the maturation process play out.
Shooting 2.
The free throw drops for Russell Westbrook.
And one thing you have to say about Russell Westbrook, he is an absolute star. I mean, the type of player you can build around and win with. Just the total package on the offensive end of the floor.
And the Thunder making a change here. Abrinas is checked in. Both free throws good from Westbrook. The numbers Westbrook put up last season in his MVP run, Greg, just staggering.
And you figured his numbers would get a bump, but I don't think anybody could have expected this guy to average a triple-double. I mean, arguably the most impactful superstar in the league.
And off to a strong start offensively. He's got a nice touch.
Abrinas the pass to Westbrook. And sticking right with it, gets the foul with the bucket, and he'll go to the line.
And I love the confidence and energy Westbrook plays with. Just an excellent scorer once he gets good position inside.
And when you watch Russell Westbrook play, he's one of the most competitive players in the NBA.
And with the way he attacks the rim and plays with just no abandon, I mean, this guy is no joke. Absolutely wills himself and his team to just do things that few others can, and relentless from the first quarter to the last whistle.
The free throw drops for Russell Westbrook.
And Russell Westbrook is as explosive a guard as we've seen in the history of the game. An incredibly gifted scorer who can also punch it on you.
Now here's Towns. He's got 9. A second chance effort. And the layup is good. Towns has got 11.
Defense has no answer for him. I mean, none. They look completely lost. He's been on fire.
There's a good screen. And Adams kicks to George. Adams sets the pick for George. Outside Westbrook. Tries to hit him. Ejected by Teague.
And great timing that time from Teague, who was able to climb the ladder and get the shot block. Don't see that much from him, but pretty good work there.
Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for Minnesota. Dishes it to Towns. Basket is good, and he'll get a chance for one more at the free throw line.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for Minnesota.
Well, in the first half of play, they're closing out aggressively, blocking shots, a key indicator of their activity on the defensive side.
You know, another factor in their offense so far has been their ability to convert and score off turnovers.
The free throw drops for Towns. Thunder trailing by 7. Westbrook kicks to Anthony. Gets to the rim for 2 with the D all over him. Anthony's got his first points of the game.
And love the muscle Anthony brings to the 3 spot. Takes pride in outworking everyone when he's that deep inside.
Now here's Teague. Good, and the assist goes to Town. He's got 5.
And they can't allow him too many open looks like that. That's just inviting trouble.
Westbrook kicks to George. And they come right back with their own three-pointer.
And he's caught fire this quarter, yet to miss a shot.
Here's Teague. 5 points in the game. Towns sets the pick for Teague. It's hauled in by Adams. Adams has got his 3rd rebound tonight.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Yeah, I like the way they're setting the tone. Really playing with a lot of energy here at the start.
And Westbrook gets it to go.
No matter what the score is, his attitude has been perfect. I love his disposition. He has stayed in attack mode.
Towns dishes to Wiggins. Back to Towns. 1:51 left to play in the first quarter. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face. Towns has got 16 points.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Thunder.
You know, the last few seasons, the Timberwolves assembled a terrific young core. Now they're ready, I think, to take that next step forward, adding veterans like Butler, Teague, and Gibson. I think they're ready to win right now.
Some changes here for the Timberwolves. Bielitsa comes in for Taj Gibson. And Jones subbed in for Teague. And then for Oklahoma City, Patterson, he's checked in for Adams. Eustace comes in for Carmelo Anthony. And it's Grant in for George. Here's Abrinas. Looking for his first basket still in this one. Here's Westbrook, and he goes right over Tyus Jones and slams it down.
Man, you got to admire how easily Westbrook takes over games. I mean, an offensive juggernaut who is tenacious when it comes to scoring.
For the Wolves in their breakout season that everyone was waiting for, the pressure is felt by the team. It's just hard to pick out when a group of young players Clark is going to put it all together.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but that Western Conference about as stacked as it's ever been, Kevin. But you know what? I think the Wolves are primed and ready to be contenders.
The Thunder shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight.
And as a group, they shot 75% from the line last season.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw, no good.
And, you know, Grant, a second-round pick, has worked hard for his minutes in the NBA. He's an exceptional athlete who plays with a real edge, a bit of a chip on his shoulder.
And the second free throw, good. Minnesota in the lead. Jones kicks to Bielitz. The dish to Towns. Crawford, no one around him. Off target from outside.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Pretty clear. They're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far.
Minnesota's gone 3 of 5 from three-point land so far in the ballgame. Floats it up for Wiggins. The alley-oop layup, very well done. And the Timberwolves lead by 3.
Man, such a great scorer already. Wiggins, boy, still trying to blow out the rest of his game. Increased production across the board. I think it's just a matter of time with this guy.
For Oklahoma City, they have shot 5 of 8 from the foul line.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one drops. And Russell Westbrook drops them both.
Solid trip from the line right there. Knocked him down, and it was easy.
And here's Jones. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. He feeds it to Crawford. 6 to shoot. Now Wiggins. It's been all about Karl Anthony Towns for Minnesota. They kept going to him again and again, and he delivered with a monster quarter. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And power forward Patrick Patterson getting better every season. He said that his college career at Kentucky really helped prepare him for his life as a pro.
I think my 3 years at Kentucky, caused what I am now, as far as being a sound player, a guy who's not all about himself, who puts his team first and who works hard and who doesn't talk back, who doesn't do the negative things. He's a team player, he's a team guy, and he works hard.
Patterson Clark, exactly the guy he says he is, and that's why he's one of those glue guys you've got to have on your team.
And the kind of guy who his teammates love, because they know he's always going to have their back, always going to work hard, and always going to bring it.
And off we go. A close game now starting the second quarter. And let's quickly break down the game we're watching with the Timberwolves, guys.
They've gotten that perimeter game going in that first, and for me, that was the difference.
Yep, firing with confidence, in rhythm, Greg. I mean, not allowing the defense to take a break.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. On the court for Minnesota, they've got Zhang. Cole Aldrich is out there with Bielitz, and it's Crawford, and it's Jones in at the point guard. And it's in there.
And Grant really embraces contact, relishes it, as a matter of fact. He has no fear going to the rim or going into a shot.
Now here's Jones. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. From outside the arc, Crawford missing again.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Yeah, still close, but with their tough play on the board, we're certainly seeing the effort.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Karl Anthony Towns was voted by GMs last season as the player they most want to build a franchise around. But he is not resting on his laurels. He said, I work hard on my game. I want to be the strongest player, the most intelligent player, and the most skilled player on the court at all times. Kevin?
Thanks, David. That work ethic will definitely help Towns get better. He's already a dynamite player. Now here's Jones. Zhang, a screen. Crawford outside. They get it again. That one drops for him.
And, you know, we all know about Zhang's high motor. Defensively, you can't just let him float around the glass. You've got to get a body on him.
Here's Grant. Pass to Abrinas. Patterson a screen on Crawford. Abrinas kicks to Felton. Patterson, the screen. Shot off the screen. And the rejection by Zhang.
And this is something you'd like to see more of from Zhang, given his size and wingspan.
Jones kicks to Crawford. The 10-footer. And he gets the jumper to drop. Crawford's got his first points in this one.
He seems to have just lost his touch. Only one for his first 5 here in the quarter.
Patterson against Zhang, and Patterson kicks to Grant. Patterson setting the pick for Grant. That one rolling around and rims out. Minnesota leading by 3.
And, you know, Gorgui Zhang is a big man who can play both the 4 and the 5. He doesn't stand out on offense, understated there, but very valuable and solid and consistent. He's a rim protector and a space eater, but also a pretty effective rebounder, too.
The Thunder have gotten off to a rough start here in the second quarter, going just 1 for 5. Felton the pass to Abrinas. Tries from 16. That's good, and so Felton has the assist there. And Zhang, a solid challenger at the rim with his shot blocking. Clark, he doesn't mind having a secondary role on a team as long as they are winning.
Yeah, you know what? He's really comfortable in his own skin and what his role is. He's got great awareness of how to help his team. Never tries to do too much on the offensive end, and he's really good at playing with any other type of big guy that the Wolves put on the floor.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City.
Yeah, you can sense he wasn't happy with how things are going here. Probably looking to change it up a bit.
Nothing wrong with that. You got to be flexible. When something isn't working, you adjust, you modify, you go to something else. That's what the best coaches do.
Adams, he's checked in for Patterson. Outside, Felton passes it to Abrinas to the left side wing. Here's Grant. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. Here's Bielitz looking for his first basket still in this one. Zhang with the screen for Jones. Back to Bielitz. The second effort, and it's laid in by Zhang. Now it's a 5-point Timberwolves lead.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
Felton kicks to Grant. Here's Eustace. He dishes it to Adams. Over Zhang, and the rejection by Zhang. Left side, Jones. And he banks in the layup.
And he can time his passes it so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
Thunder trailing by 7. There's a screen. Abrines, the pass to Adams. Kicks it to Felton. A floater and fouled on the shot, so the bucket counts and a chance for one more here.
Playing big, willing to go toe-to-toe against a guy who towers over him.
Yeah, I like his heart there, the competitive spirit. I mean, refusing to be held in check by bigger defenders. That's all heart and competitive spirit.
Here's what Minnesota's going with right now. Karl Anthony Towns checked in for Jang. Gibson comes in for Cole Aldrich. And it's Teague for Jones. And a switcher also for Oklahoma City. Carmelo Anthony is checked in for Josh Eustace. A free throw off from Raymond Felton. Clark, we know how big a Ohio State fan, I'm sorry, the Ohio State University fan that you are. Who is on your list for best players in the NBA coming out of the Big Ten?
Partner, you know me well because I was going to go right at you to correct you on that. It is the Ohio State University, as you indicated. Well, right now, probably have to go with Mike Conley. He's been superb throughout his career, particularly the last 4 or 5 years in terms of outstanding Big Ten players. Draymond Green, how can you not mention him? Double-time NBA champion. And then Oladipo out of IU, another guy that might be worthy of consideration there.
No good from Grant. Timberwolves leading by 6. And Bielitsa kicks to Teague. Back to Bielitsa. Down low. Here's Towns. Adams, some nice D.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
Nice shot by Felton. Minnesota's gotten into trouble with the 3 ball in the second quarter, only hitting 1 of 5 attempts. Crawford right side. It's hauled in by Adams. Adams has got 4 rebounds in this game.
Well, it's just been one of those kind of games for him.
Outside, Felton. Back to Abrines. Adams with the screen on Crawford. 5 on the clock. That one good for 2. Abrines has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Nice looking floater there, Kevin. Such a fast shot, a quick release. Really hard to guard that.
Towns, the screen. A nice shot by Teague. Teague's got 7 points.
Hard not to admire Teague. I mean, despite not being the biggest guy, he finds a way to get it done inside.
Felton kicks to Adams. Screen by Grant. Adams down low. Towns on him. Adams' shot is off. Timberwolves leading by 4. Bielitsa passes to Teague. There's the feed to Towns. Towns is doubled. Teague dishes to Towns. And it goes out of bounds. Nice touch by Felton. Some changes for Minnesota. Wiggins is checked in for Bielitsa, and it's Muhammad in for Jamal Crawford. The Thunder also changing it up. George is checked in for Jeremy Grant. Andre Robertson comes in for Alex Abrines. And Russell Westbrook is subbed in for Raymond Felton. And a wide open look here for Wiggins. Nailed from 3-point land.
Nice fluid motion off the catch there, Kevin. I mean, Wiggins becoming a dangerous jump shooter.
Adams sets the pick for Anthony. Screen by Adams. Count that one. And the Timberwolves lead has been cut down now to just 5 on the basket from Anthony.
He got off to a slow start. It took him a little while to get into the flow of this game, but he's turned it on here in the second.
Now here's Teague. 7 points in the game. Here's Towns. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Showing determination inside. Towns absorbs the contact and gets the whistle.
He's had 6 attempts at the line, made 5 of them.
And he has been really good here at the free throw line in the first half.
What I like is he's done a great job of getting to the line, setting himself up for those free shots. Yeah, that's a great asset to have, guys. for any team. Coming down the stretch in close games, you got a guy who's confident and very good at the line. When he steps up there, you feel good about it.
No good on that one. Good on the second free throw. Thunder trailing by 6. Outside Westbrook. They set the pick. Screen by Adams. Outside for George. And a miss there on the triple.
Well, it's surprising that he flunked that one. I mean, especially since the defense was nowhere to be found.
Adams against Towns. Picked him clean. And pushing it up here. Here is Oklahoma City. Here's Adams, and he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Exactly. The defense determined not to allow the easy layup right there. They'll settle for making him earn the free throws.
And as you would expect, Steven Adams has grown into a larger role with this team. Really came in as a guy who could defend and rebound, but starting to become more of a factor within their offensive framework.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
And the first one at the line is good. And Greg, with Adams, he hasn't just been given more opportunity to display what he can do on offense. He's earned it.
You hit it right on the head. And, you know, as an example, a guy that was a bad free throw shooter, all of a sudden he became respectable because of his work ethic last season. Much more nimble in the paint than most would think. Just good awareness, and he knows when to pick his spots.
Well, Clark, you had the distinct honor of playing horse against the former president of the U.S., Barack Obama. You lost that game, I don't want to remind you, but I want an honest answer. Did you let him win that contest?
Kevin, the deal is that it was an unbelievable privilege to play POTUS. We changed the letters of that game back in 2010, and I let the president up. I gave him life after I had him down, and he took advantage of turning the momentum in his favor. He won fair and square. I did give him an opportunity to win, but he's on top in that matchup, and I think it ended up being good television. And while some of my former teammates look at me with disdain for having lost a horse game to the president, I think it was all intended to end just the way it did.
Here's Roberson after the made shot from Jeff T. Westbrook kicks to Anthony. Clock at 6. Good. Nice assist from Westbrook. And it's 8 points for Carmelo Anthony.
He's making it look easy scoring out there because he's much more efficient here in the second.
Towns the screen. And he uses the glass on the layup. Towns has got 19 points.
Well, I really like the way he's stroking the ball. I mean, knocking down a bunch of his shots and really being efficient.
Here's Westbrook. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. That one is on Towns. For Oklahoma City, they have gone 8 of 13 from the free throw line.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
The free throw drops for Russell Westbrook. And Russell Westbrook drops them both. We've got 1:23 left in the second quarter. Towns sets the pick for T. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And he just seemed to have a little more fire in the first quarter than he has in this one. And it showed in all the trips he made to the free throw line. Those have dried up.
The Timberwolves have shot 75% at the stripe, 6 of 8. The free throw drops for Towns. And Towns drops them both.
Well, he's come through for them at the line today, and you love having a big fella who's so capable on his free throws.
Here's Roberson. He kicks it to Westbrook. Back to Robertson. Shot clock at 6. Minnesota with the rebound. Towns has got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. Westbrook against T. The pass to Towns. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
Way to attack there and then create the contact.
Really as close as you can get to an and one right there. He almost had it.
Quite a few trips to the line in this one, and he's making them count, going 8 for 10 at the line so far. The free throw drops for Towns. And Towns drops them both. 35 seconds left in the first half of the game. Westbrook kicks to Anthony. Feeds it to George. In the corner, it's Westbrook. Screen by Adams. Off the screen. Count that one in, and the Timberwolves lead is cut down to 5 on the bucket from Russell Westbrook.
And Westbrook is a terror from the mid-range. Terrific at sticking it to the defense from that spot on the floor.
Pass to Wiggins. Over George. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Timberwolves lead by 5. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. With Karl Anthony Towns. Karl, you got some scoring going in that first half. What did you take advantage of?
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here, along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Time to check out the first half of action. What a start it was for Karl Anthony Towns. He had 23 points, 3 assists, and 11 rebounds. And Kenny, what did you see out there from the Timberwolves?
Well, I thought that turning point was when the bench came in. Those guys really hustled, and they gave the team some energy, and then they started to score baskets. That was a bonus.
And big fella, let's get your thoughts on the Thunder.
Well, if you can't shoot the ball, you might want to stop chucking it up. They keep trying the three, but it's not going down. They're relying too much on the three ball, way too much. It's good when it's falling for you, but when it's not, you have to try something else.
That's it for halftime, as the second half is just about to get underway.
The buildings of downtown Minneapolis all lit up on this lovely evening. Welcome back, everyone, to the Twin Cities. Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break in halftime. We'll see now if one can pull out a way here in the third. Minnesota with the ball, leading by 5. So for Oklahoma City right now, Westbrook and Robertson are the backcourt pair. Steven Adams is out there with Anthony, and it's George in at the small forward position. It's good.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Here's Westbrook, rejected by T.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
Especially, Greg, when you're scoring the ball at a decent clip the way they have. I mean, they've done exactly what's necessary to take the lead.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, guys, analytics has taken over the NBA, but Minnesota coach and president of basketball operations Tom Thibodeau says it doesn't tell you everything. He said analytics can measure a lot of things, but it's very difficult to measure drive. The magic is in the work. Kevin?
And Tom Thibodeau makes a good point, D.A. Analytics is certainly helpful, but it doesn't capture everything.
And extending the D there, putting a lot of pressure on the shooter.
You're exactly right. Patrolling the perimeter well and didn't allow the shooter to get off a clean look. That's what you would call A+ defense.
And the whistle blows, so a chance here for a three-point play. So we'll see Russell Westbrook go to the line here. That one on Muhammad. The Thunder have had 15 tries at the line. They've made 10. Here's T. Towns the screen. Wiggins against George. It's hauled in by Adams.
Early on, he tried to shoot his way out of this funk, but later in the game now, he might want to just give it up and look for his teammates to do the scoring. You know, they've got to make him earn those threes. You play off of him, and he's automatic from that distance.
Teague, the pass to Muhammad. Dishes it to Wiggins. Towns sets the pick for Wiggins. Off the pick. That's good on the jump shot. Wiggins has got 10.
Hey, that mid-range area, in-between area, we call it, inside the three-point line and not at the rim, Wiggins knows he can get this shot anytime he wants.
Count that one, and the Timberwolves lead has been cut down to just 1 on the bucket from Westbrook. Muhammad a screen on Westbrook. Outside Teague. Launches a 3. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. And Jeff Teague coming over to the Timberwolves in free agency. Greg, the team felt he was the perfect fit.
You know, and it seemed for a while the Wolves had wanted to kind of mix things up at that point guard position. And you knew they had someone in mind when they dealt both Rubio and Dunn in the offseason. Teague was their man all along.
Here's Muhammad. Takes the 12-footer and hits. He's got 8.
This is what you get with Muhammad. Not a box of chocolates, but a score-first mindset. He can do it extremely well at times.
And he overdid it there. Too much force, it looked like, on the foul, and he's called for the flagrant.
And Kevin, I got to tell you, he's probably fortunate to just get a flagrant 1 there. I mean, so much contact. The officials easily could have gone even harder on it.
Greg, I agree. He'd better be on his best behavior from now on. One more flagrant of any variety, and he's out of here. And he knocks down the first one. Both free throws good from Westbrook. It's George on the wing, covered by Wiggins.
Boy, he shows a lot of desire when he's fighting for that tough board, and his length doesn't hurt either.
Westbrook with the steal, and the Thunder pushing it up now. Makes that one fall. It's his 8th bucket in 15 shot attempts.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
And that replay brought to us by Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. One of the more exciting plays in basketball. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
And, you know, the 2016-17 season was one of the best for Jeff Teague in his time in the league. Had to feel good for him performing at such a high level in his hometown of Indy.
Two shots.
Free throw good, Teague. And you remember Teague revealed at the end of the 2015-16 season that he'd been limited by a torn patella tendon.
Yeah, and part of what makes him special is his explosiveness, and he needs that to be his best. Really, any player does. He's a player whose strength, I think, is attacking and playing downhill and getting himself to the foul line.
And he can't hit the second.
Listen, there's no doubt he feels like they should have the lead, but that miss will keep it all tied up.
Anthony kicks to George. Back to Anthony. Over Gibson. And it's good off the back rim and in. That's 10 points for Carmelo Anthony.
Well, you got to respect the jump shot of Anthony because he's got the ultimate green light. And because of that freedom, he's a dangerous guy on the perimeter.
Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. And with Andrew Wiggins, you know he can be deadly from mid-range, but he's seen an uptick in scoring, Clark, because he's been focusing on all the little things you need to master as a perimeter wing threat.
Yeah, you're exactly right. He has been focusing on those intangible, those small things that are big things in making a difference in how efficient you are on offense. He's improved his play running the pick and roll every year.
2 shots.
He's excellent in transition and off cuts and has really worked on becoming a better finisher off the screen and roll handoff.
And the first one at the line is good.
And you know, it's amazing when you look back at the Andrew Wiggins, Kevin Love trade. Safe to say now that I think both teams really got what they wanted out of it.
And both free throws good for Wiggins.
Hey, and you know, when you're the #1 overall pick, there's some pressure that comes with that stature, and Wiggins had a lot of pressure on him because of that. Has responded well, though, and I think stardom is in this guy's future. I mean, you look at his overall game and how he's developing, a really good threat on offense, and I think he's got a chance to be all NBA defense at some point.
Teague kicks to Gibson. Wiggins with it. George picks him up. Towns sets the pick for Wiggins. Shoots over Adams. No good off the front iron.
When he's got that kind of positioning, he's got to score it. Got to score the ball from there.
George, no good. And just thinking about the maturing of Wiggins' game and how he's developed, Clark, he's shown that he can carry an offense as a perimeter player. Few can do that at his age.
Yeah, and he was able to do that in part because he was forced to. When Levine went down last season with an injury, stepped up his scoring, and I think he's only going to get better as he gets older.
Robertson dishes to Adams. He feeds it to Westbrook. Great D that time from Teague.
Allowing no space for the shooter to get comfortable. Just terrific defense.
Yeah, excellent extension on the block. Superb timing as well to swat that one away.
And the Thunder going with the whole new group out there. And now we'll get perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for the Timberwolves.
Contested shots and block shots. They're bread and butter defensively. They're giving up no easy looks.
And how about the work they're doing also on the offensive glass? Creating those extra opportunities has been critical.
2 shots.
Free throw good, Teague.
And Teague is just the player you want drawing fouls and getting to the line. A solid free throw shooter.
And so Teague hits 2 free throws. So it's the Thunder now. It's a 5-point game. Now here's Felton. The dish to Patterson. Grant outside. Patterson a screen on Teague. 6 on the shot clock. No good from Grant. Timberwolves leading by 5. Floats one. That's good from Teague on the assist by Gibson. Teague's got 8 here in the quarter.
And every small guy should have this shot. Teague loves the float. Nearly unguardable shot when he gets it up that quick.
Abrinas kicks to Grant. Here's Abrinas with some arc and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Last year, 90%, and he was right there among the best in the league with that percentage.
Yeah, you know, that was one spot where they didn't have to worry about him at all. I mean, at the free throw line, he was automatic.
First one falls for him.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
Yeah, you know what? And I think they've just got to keep on keeping on. Keep drawing contact, attacking, getting to the line. That will certainly give them a chance to get back into the game.
And so he hits both. Timberwolves leading by 5. Towns the screen. Higgins outside. Pass to Towns. Abrinas with a rebound. Under trailing by 5. Here's Grant. And again, Oklahoma City, no good.
I mean, his field goal percentage isn't good. He's not helping his team out there shooting this poorly.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
Greg, he got him good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
Shooting for Minnesota, Shabazz Muhammad. 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
And he makes the first.
You know, Shabazz Muhammad was one of the biggest names in all of high school sports as a senior. He's still trying to find that same kind of buzz and groove at this level.
Russell Westbrook in for Oklahoma City. Muhammad hits them both. Thunder trailing by 7. Westbrook with it. 27 points for him. Abrinas' shot is off. Now here's Muhammad. Defense right on him. Towns the screen. To the inside. Good production from the line tonight, 10 of 12.
Anthony Towns. 2 shots.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Roof shots.
The free throw drops for Towns.
And team-wide, they've been terrific from the line here. Just one of those nights when the confidence has spread from one player to the next.
Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. Thunder trailing by 9. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Man, I tell you what, one of the things I love about Westbrook is the ferocity with which he attacks the rack. When he's driving inside, he's trying to punish the defender and the basket.
Here's Towns, and he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. Towns has got 27 points. Westbrook passes to Grant. Patterson a screen on Wiggins. Patterson the screen. Here's Abrinas. Pops loose off the pick and hammers it home.
And did you see the screen that was set for him? I mean, that was how he got to the hoop.
It was the classic screen play. It won't show up in the box score, but that screen deserves an assist.
Absolutely, Kevin. I mean, that took the defender right out of the play.
Shot's good by Gibson. Gibson's got the lead up to 9 now for the Timberwolves.
And boy, did he ever sell the pump fake. Worked to absolute perfection.
Patterson, the screen. Off the screen. And he didn't get quite enough under that one.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
Guys, that's been the key to their lead. I mean, simply put, the effort they've displayed on the glass has been the difference.
Abrinas kicks to Westbrook. And again, no good by Oklahoma City. Minnesota leading by 9. It's Crawford with the drive. That's good, and so Teague with the assist. Teague's got his 4th assist in this one. Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City.
And they're picking up a lot of fouls already in the penalty. Not a good sign. They need to focus on moving their feet and maintaining a good defensive position.
Bielitsa, he's checked in for Minnesota. Tyus Jones comes in for Teague. And Oklahoma City also making a switch. George is checked in for Grant. Jones against Westbrook. Passes it to Patterson. Outside Westbrook. 6 on the shot clock. Over Jones. Bounces high off the rim and drops. 31 points for Russell Westbrook.
That's a nice job of getting the ball in the paint and burying the shot. That's exactly how it's done.
Towns sets the pick for Jones. He dishes it to Towns. And, there's a whistle. He was going up for a layup, and while it looked like there was some contact, I wasn't sure they were going to call it a foul shot or not, but sure enough they have. So he'll head to the free throw line.
Find the lanes. Find the lanes. One shot.
And here's George. He's got 11. There's the pick. Double team on Westbrook. Here's Patterson. Sinks the three-pointer. Patterson's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
Boy, they've been terrific from beyond here in the second.
Exactly what the doctor ordered. Those three-point bombs will erase the deficit quickly if they can keep it up.
Kicks to Crawford. Towns the screen. But they'll get another chance. In the corner, it's Wiggins. Out to the right wing. Bielitsa misses the three. Under trailing by 9.
And Nemanja Bjelica, a stretch big out of Serbia, is a guy who has a nice shooting stroke and can help space the floor for you because of that. When he's active on the offensive end looking for a shot, I think that's when he most helps his team.
Abrinas with a bucket.
And not relying at all on the three-point shot. They may want to rethink about stretching the defense a bit like they did in that first half.
They set the pick. Crawford kicks to Towns. That's down the hatch. Knocks one more to his total. That's 9 for 15 shooting. And Bjelica at times can fall into that bystander mode, Clark. It was something he was hoping to improve on and avoid last season before he had to be shut down with a foot injury.
Yeah, you know, Kevin, I can recall a game last season where Towns actually had to tell Bjelica, shoot, you're open. With his skill set, you want this guy to be aggressive looking for his shot. He needs to hunt his shot. The consistency he's building after a few seasons in the NBA, I think, is really starting to help his confidence.
First free throw is good. The one thing about Patrick Patterson out of Kentucky, he is a smart basketball player.
Yeah, he's not the best rebounder or shot blocker, but the advanced stats love him, and he gets the job done at both ends of the floor.
Grant, he's checked in for George. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. Timberwolves leading by 7. Jones kicks to Towns. 23 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Had him up in the air with the pump fake and then took advantage. Towns has got 11 points here in just the second half. Here's Abrinas. He's got 10. And there's the feed to Grant. Patterson a screen on Crawford. Grant kicks to Westbrook. Over Jones. And the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. And they've done a phenomenal job down low, so many of their points coming right at the rim. We'll return shortly. And now we take a listen into the recent huddle from Tom Thibodeau.
Everybody hang top. Now look.
Just one quarter left in regulation. Welcome back, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Thunder trailing by 9. We've got Crawford. Cole Aldrich is out there with Jang. Then it's Jones. And it's Bjelica in at the 3 spot. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. Patterson, the screen. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Felton dishes to Patterson. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. Patterson's got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Thunder. Jones kicks to Crawford. And there's another one for the Timberwolves. Oklahoma City shooting 49% on the game. They'll take that. Felton the pass to Abrinas. Patterson, the screen. Here's Abrinas, guarded by Crawford.
Jump ball. You two.
And so it's Oklahoma City with it. Down to 5 on the shot clock. That 3 off the mark.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
Teardrop shot, and he lays it up and in. And it's an 11-point Minnesota lead.
And it's all about the release when you shoot the floater.
Grant outside. Back to Abrinas from past the arc. Rebound by Bjelica. Timberwolves leading by 11. Crawford outside. And Zhang kicks to Bjelica. Misses the 3.
And thus far, they've managed to overcome an off game from him offensively.
Patterson dishes to Grant. The pass to Eustace. And Aldridge sends it back.
Well, we know this about Aldridge, Kevin. I mean, a plus shot blocker. Shows good instincts and gives maximum effort.
Jones kicks to Bielitsa. Feeds it to Jang. Grant gets a wide open look. No good on the triple.
He just never looks comfortable when he's that far away from the basket.
They set the pick. There's Crawford with the three. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City.
Unfortunately, his shot has been everywhere, all over the place. Can't buy a basket. However, his teammates got him covered.
You can't miss those, but even the best do on occasion.
Bielitsa inside. Left side, Jones. With the teardrop, the rebound by Patterson. Thunder trailing by 9. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Here's Felton. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. Minnesota's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Jones kicks to Zhang. Pass to Bielitsa. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Zhang, a screen. 6 to shoot. There's the pick. Here's Crawford. The teardrop falls in. And the Timberwolves lead by 9.
And he's shaking off that slow start, giving them a boost here in the second.
Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over. And the Thunder with some changes. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, over that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to listen to what Billy Donovan said to his team. He told them that they're getting it done in the paint. He said, they can't guard us inside, guys. Keep taking it to them. Pound it down low. Let's see if they keep it up, Kevin.
He has definitely shown up to play. He's done his part, really just trying to battle his team back into it.
Jones kicks to Aldridge. Jones, the pass to Aldridge. Back to Jones. Crawford against George. Pass to Bielitsa. Expanding his range. It doesn't go for him. And it's Oklahoma City the other way. Outside Anthony. Now Westbrook. He kicks to George. Down low. Stolen away. And now Minnesota on the fast break. Shoots from 12. Takes a big height bounce and goes in. Thunder trailing by 9. Outside Westbrook. Knocked loose. It's stolen by Jones. Over to the left wing. Bielitsa. And it's off target. Not sure why he took that one. For Oklahoma City, they've gotten just under 45% of their attempts to drop in the fourth, or of 9. Crawford outside. Anthony on the double team. And the foul on Carmelo Anthony. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Whole new look on the floor for Minnesota. Nick Collison's checked in for Oklahoma City. On defense, the Thunder have given up just 8 points in the fourth quarter. T kicks to Towns. 4 on the shot clock. It's taken away by Collison. Near the three-point line, it's Westbrook. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. Westbrook against T. Towns, the screen. Floats one up, and yes, it's good. 19 points for Jeff T.
Hey, T's not a big guy, but he's not really pint-sized. Nonetheless, impressive work for the little fella to get it done inside.
Nobody near George. No good on the triple.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Here's Teague. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Guys, there's still time for them to make a run.
Can't have any wasted possessions down the stretch.
And Robertson has it in the corner. Westbrook against Teague. Here's Robertson, and that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook.
The second he got around the pick and shook his man, it was straight to the bucket for the easy deuce. Very, very well done.
Now here's Muhammad. He's guarded closely. 8 feet away. It's hauled in by Collison.
Gotta give the defense credit. That was a great contest on a high percentage shot in the paint.
Over Teague. Out that one in, and the Timberwolves lead is cut down to 7 on the bucket from Russell Westbrook. The Timberwolves have gone 5 of 12 from the field entering the fourth quarter. Outside Teague. Ripped away. Here's Robertson, and the dunk by Robertson.
Just no chance there for the defense. Major size disadvantage. He's got no business trying to stop that slam. Just get out of the way.
Teague kicks to Towns. There's the screen. Wiggins outside. In the corner, Gibson with it. Outside Teague. 5 on the clock. 18 feet out, and Muhammad gets it to go.
Defensively, if you're guarding Muhammad, that's what you try to force. Make him beat you with the jumper. This time it backfires, though.
Anthony left side. Takes the 13-footer, and it comes off the front of the rim.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Wiggins kicks to Teague. Dishes it to Towns. That one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. That one on George.
Textbook up fake there. Towns does a great job imitating his usual shot motion. Earns himself a trip to the line.
2 shots.
Two shots.
And the first one drops. Patterson, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. And Towns drops them both. Thunder trailing by 9. Now here's Westbrook, and Patterson kicks to George. Back to Patterson. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. Patterson's got 4 points in the quarter.
And you know what? When Paul George sees an open teammate, he doesn't hesitate. I mean, he quickly gets the ball out of his hands. It doesn't stick with him.
And stolen by Patterson. Anthony dishes to Westbrook. Shoots from the elbow. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. It's on Jeff Teague.
And, you know, he hasn't been able to get to the line as much as he did in that first half. Credit the defense for making the adjustment.
The free throw drops for Russell Westbrook. And Russell Westbrook drops them both. Minnesota leading by 5. Teague with the ball. Westbrook picks him up. Here's Towns, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The free throw drops for Towns. And good on the second, so he makes them both. Thunder trailing by 7. There's a good screen. Westbrook against Teague. Westbrook, no good. Timberwolves have gone 6 of 13, so just above 46% on their field goal attempts here in the quarter. Teague kicks to Muhammad. From the baseline. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. 14 points for Andrew Wiggins.
Can't be thrown any better. That bounce pass hit him right in stride.
Double team on Westbrook. Patterson setting the pick for George. And he got the whistle, so he'll have a 3-point play opportunity.
Boy, a nice show of strength that time from Paul George, absorbing the hit and still carving out space to get the shot to go down.
That free throw good from George.
One of the things you like about Paul George is that he's really elevated his game each year he's been in the league. He's a go-to scorer. He's an outstanding defender. And he's excellent now as the leader of the team, really growing into that leadership role. Man, he's got a lot of firepower right now. I mean, what a half he's having.
Westbrook kicks to George. Gibson against Anthony. Just 5 on the clock. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. And out of bounds as the Timberwolves gain possession. Minnesota leading by 8. Muhammad, the pass to Teague. Back to Muhammad. Timberwolves passing it around. Wiggins dishes to Gibson. Back to Wiggins. And so it looks like the Timberwolves will retain possession here.
And you love the effort. Just getting the hand in there and knocking it out.
Really came close to the pilfer. But they'll take that effort. Mucking things up is sometimes just as good as a steal.
And stolen by Patterson. He's got a clear path. Here's Roberson. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
So the first one drops, and that narrows the gap to 7. He's off on the free throw, unable to get that second one to drop in.
Yeah, he cuts the deficit a little bit, but not as much as he could have. One miss can make a big difference.
And again, Karl Anthony Towns. Towns has got 42 in the game.
And how much longer are they going to keep that foot on the accelerator?
As long as required, Greg. I mean, you can tell they want to put this thing to bed.
A chance now to recognize our Jordan Player of the Game, Karl Anthony Towns.
And guys, no doubt who our pick was going to be. He's made everyone else on the court look like they're playing at half speed. It's been total domination, and you can't help but just sit back and admire that performance.
What a connection he has to these fans. They love him here. And the more he has games like this, the deeper that connection gets. And the Thunder with some changes. Eustace is checked in for Anthony. Grant comes in for George. And it's Felton in for Russell Westbrook. 36 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Here's Felton. That shot off. So Minnesota will take it the other way. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. And Teague has it in the corner. Towns the screen. Teague can't hit. The dish to Robertson. Out of bounds. Minnesota takes possession. Outside Teague. And so Minnesota takes the win. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, made the difference.
Yeah, and the first step in becoming a good team is your ability to win at home. And they really seem to revel in that opportunity. And this is what they came out to do.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Hey, Kevin, thank you. Andrew, an impressive win for you guys. How will you look back on tonight?
It feels great, you know. I think the whole team played great. You know, we shared the ball, we grabbed rebounds, we made big possessions. You know, so I think it was a great game.
Hey, Andrew, congrats again. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. So long, everyone.